You are right, Holmes.
That's of little importance, Watson.
Wait, what?
It's incredible. It's been more than 3 weeks since the murderer struck, and the tension is as strong as ever. The press won't stop talking about him, and people are still full of fear. Perhaps the killer got what he wanted, people talking about him, and has chosen to stop committing crimes. What do you think, Holmes?
I doubt it, Watson. Everything leads me to believe that he is in hiding and waiting for the right moment. The area is packed with police, and that would obviously hamper his work.
You think he will start again, Holmes?
I have every reason to believe nothing will stop him short of his arrest or his death. Sadly, our investigation has reached a dead end, and I fear that we'll need another victim to get back on track.
Yes, how awful. And what of the case of the burnt mat? Have you resolved that?
Oh, that's a matter of little interest, and resolving will be of no benefit, above all to Miss Fleming. Ha! I hear the footsteps of my faithful Wiggins on the stairs. The game is afoot again, Watson.
The game is
Mr.
afoot.
Holmes, the scribbler resurfaced. At last word, Pounce saw him racing to Central News Agency where he works.
Excellent, Wiggins. And still nothing on the doctor?
Sorry, Mr. Holmes. He's one sleek yank, but we'll find him.
Good work. Here's something for you. I must leave you, Watson. If I can get my hands on this bulling, I will have much more interesting news on the bothersome Tumblety. I have only to change. If you can, Watson, I entreat you to stay here and await my word. We may not be more than two when the time to act comes.
You can count on me, Holmes.
Wait, why am I in here? I was just out there, and now I'm in here. What's up with that?
I must go to the Central News Agency.
Well, goodbye then.
Later. Wait, where is the Central News Agency? Is it in Whitechapel? Where is it?
I have no reason to go that way.
Oh, it's down here.
I must go to the Central News Agency.
Okay, I didn't see it.
I'm at the press agency where bullying works.
It's a fetch quest within a fetch quest within a fetch quest. Yeah. Then I'll bet you within that fetch quest there's gonna be another fetch quest. Hey, there's some person.
What do you want?
It would be very informative to search Bulling's desk before meeting him, but first I must get rid of this bothersome person, perhaps by offering him a scoop.
What do you want?
It would be very informative to search Bulling's desk before meeting him, but first I must get rid of the... I would imagine these are compartments to organize the paper's incoming dispatches. A mirror. A mirror.
A non-functional mirror at that. Oh, what's given this?
Good evening. I'm looking for Tom Bulling, the journalist.
He isn't here. He must be sleeping off somewhere. He gave me a tip. He wanted to save a scoop for me. He always gets a good dirt, and yet when he comes in here, it's just to warm his behind. Look, he pulled his desk over the stove.
Listen, Scoop, I'm bringing it over. Only if Bulling isn't here, I'm leaving.
Wait, what's this scoop?
Bulling promised me a reward for info. There's a charlatan who does spiritualist seances that are a little bit special. He steals corpses from the morgue, puts makeup on them, dresses them up, and then uses them as puppets.
I'll give you your dues. We'll pay you if this info is true.
I'll write down the address of the hideout on the crook's leaflet, but the police will be in on this one, so you better get there in time.
Understood. I'll go alone. Too bad for Bulling.
Hey, you wouldn't have a little something in advance?
Look on Bulling's desk. I know that he always leaves a few coins around for his snitches. Cheers.
Watson won't be pleased that I'm divulging the case, but I don't see any other way.
That fan. Someone's a fan. Or maybe to defend myself against the slanderous accusations brought against me, you were not lied to regarding the facts. Mr. Bulling spends all of his time in the most something pubs. But I am only doing my work as a journalist. It is during these outings that I can find the best information because I am thus in contact with the common man. Let me prove to you, dear boss, that I can bring this agency what it deserves, the most extraordinary and most stimulating information for.
Even handwriting, yet fairly recognizable.
Ooh, money.
This is Bulling's desk, the one closest to the stove. Some coins. I will take them. That will avoid suspicion if the journalist returns. A charred match. This may come in handy. These are Bulling's notes. They are of little interest at the moment, but one never knows. A charred match. The fire has almost gone out, but the stove is still burning hot. Bulling recently used the stove. A torn piece of blotting paper. Curious. Curious. It looks like someone wanted to destroy this piece of blotting paper that had red ink on it. I can make out a few more letters, but backwards. I need something to help me.
Let me leave. Should I leave? Did I get everything I needed? What's this? Dear Moore, I have noticed that one of your employees, Thomas Bulling, arrived at the meeting in a state of inebriation. I must ask you to take care of your team's discipline. I know that you indulge your journalist, given the explosive information that he managed to flush out, but his behavior is unacceptable. It should not repeat itself, or I will hold you personally responsible. The assistant director. It's just signed the assistant director.
Bulling's boss, Mr. Moore, seems to be protecting the journalist.
Oh, I wonder if I hold it against the mirror.
By putting this piece of blotting paper in front of the mirror, I can read what is written.
The idea that Sherlock Holmes can't read backwards, I find ridiculous, because I can. Information on the Whitechapel killer, call by telephone WA.
Apparently, our journalist gets his information by telephone too. Sadly, the name is almost erased. If I telephone one of Bulling's contacts pretending to be his assistant, I might learn something of interest.
Well, we've got, why does the phone work like this?
I need more information. I need more information. This page has some light ink stains. It contains a list of telephone numbers. This page has some light...
I mean, I'll try all of them, I guess.
I need more information.
I need more information. Oh, wait. I think I know the answer. 1875. Yeah.
Walesby 1875, an ingenious way to save his contact. Central, Walesby 1875, if you will. Thank you, I will wait.
Walesby, I am listening.
Hello, my dear man. I'm calling on behalf of Tom Bulling.
Bulling? So you know where this hypocrite, this liar, this...
Not at all. He is currently unobtainable. In the meantime, he has left me with a note asking me to pursue his work, and he told me that you were aware.
That's just great. I dropped everything off at his agency, but he didn't even bother to do the same for me. Tell me he at least gave you the information that I was asking in return.
I am ready, sir. I'm listening.
Do the police have a suspect for the bizarre theft of cigarettes and carrots that took place at the Commercial Street Market?
What is this?
I think, according to Bulling, that Inspector Lestrade's team is looking for a rabbit with a bad cough.
Ah, damned Bulling. One day he'll be in some serious trouble for mocking the police. And now, can you tell me, with regards to the parliamentary scandal, what did the head of the Whig Party respond to the Tories who were treating him as a great incompetent?
We're solving riddles? Great incompetent. Am I just confused as to what they're asking me? You think I am? Okay, I see. In secrecy. That's the only one that works, right? Is it? Do we have to exit it? Oops. Apparently that
I
wasn't
think,
right.
according to Bulling, that Inspector...
Ah,
Guess that wasn't right. Okay.
According to Bulling, the head of the Whigs said, "Vote for me, I will be your best representative."
good. That'll make for a good paper. There is one last question. According to a government social study, civil servants make the best husbands. Why?
What? That didn't even make sense. That's some sort of weird wordplay. It does. Oh, I get it. Oh, it's a joke. It's a joke. It's like takes one to no one. Oh, I get jokes. Okay, yeah.
I believe I can confirm that it is because civil servants aren't tired and have already read the paper when they come home from work.
Very true. Good. It seems like Bulling has finally done his work.
As everything is all in order, can you now tell me where the information is that you sent to the agency?
Yes, there is a large brown envelope near the dispatch cabinet. It's in there that we exchange our tips with Bulling.
1,000 thanks. Goodbye, sir.
My salutations to Bulling.
Okay. Where's it at? There's a brown envelope somewhere. Okay, let me. There's a lot near the dispatch cabinet. Okay, where's the what is that's this, right?
Queen Victoria, to keep the journalists on their toes, I suppose.
Oh,
There are several documents in this file. Let's see.
Spring Heel Jack, the Terror of London, fantastical character. First appearance associated with several suspicious buggings and robberies taking place in London. Diabolical appearance, bat wings, horns, blue flames coming out of the mouth and our eyes. The time of the attacks against young women. Scales and Jane Antelope, the papers covering the events, had record sales for weeks. That's why Spring-Heeled Jack is the recurring hero of cheap fantasy publications, theater pieces, popular and financial success guaranteed. Oh, that's it?
I wonder why Bulling is studying this tale about Spring-Heeled Jack so meticulously.
The Terror of London, Spring-Heeled Jack, the Phantom Killer, the Butcher's Blade, the Whitechapel Butcher, Dr. Death, the London Ripper, the Bleeder, the Bloody Reaper.
What does that mean?
Mr. Charles Moore, I thank you for this testimony of the Whitechapel Killer that you followed. Not easy authentication. Do not hand over to the press without my invitation. Thank you for your collaboration and your discretion. We won't forget this.
Well, a piece of information about the murders transmitted exclusively to the police without informing the press. That has piqued my curiosity. Perhaps I should go to the police station to get more information.
About the letter, given the thanks from Inspector Aberlin, I think that they took the bait, even if they were defending themselves. Think of the second. We must be ready if he kills again. Either way, we must keep up the correspondence. Be responsive. This idea will save us. We will get the information firsthand, and we will make history. But stay quiet and keep a low profile. I'm not really in the know, and you will be the first one who gets it if there's trouble.
What does that mean? I've inspected everything, but there's no sign of Bulling. He must have dashed off to his HQ, the Wasp's Nest. However, before I go to see him, I should find out about this mysterious information. It could help me get something out of the journalist. To the police station, then. Let's go to the police station.
I'm at the police station. Oh.
Come. Back again, are we? Come this way, good man. The inspector has a few questions to ask you. Here is the man, Inspector.
Congratulations, Humphreys. So, my lad, one would say that you owe us a bit of an explanation for having left something with us. What is your full name and profession?
Sherlock Holmes, consulting detective.
Well, how about that?
Mr. Holmes, can you explain this get-up, your presence in the neighbourhood despite my instructions, as well as this most opportune restitution of jewels?
Firstly, I should tell you that not being under your command, I never understood what you said as an order, but rather as advice. I thought I would be wise to follow them to a certain extent. I intended to explain the stolen goods sooner or later. My presence here will allow me to fill you in on a few conclusions that...
If it is in regard to the Whitechapel murders, it won't help us much. We have no doubt that we will be revealing the identity of the murderer to the people in the area in a day or two.
I'm impressed, Inspector, and I offer you my sincerest congratulations. Nonetheless, you should investigate a certain doctor.
Listen, Holmes, let us do our work. You've rid us of a great pain in the rear end by finding those jewels for us. It's weeks of work that you've saved us. But I think you're a little underqualified for a case like that of Jack the Ripper. Until it's over, I demand that you do not set foot in the area. Is that clear?
I take note of your advice, Inspector. You mentioned Jack the Ripper. Pardon me, but you know the name of the murderer?
Oh, it's from a letter that the Central News Agency sent our way. It was written by the killer. And even if it can't be proven, it must be recognised that the signature is striking. This information is confidential, and I would ask you to keep it to yourself, Holmes.
Can I have a little look? Out of mere curiosity, Inspector. Then I shall disappear.
In that case, I don't see any objection.
Thank you so much.
Get wrecked. I keep on hearing that police have caught me, but they won't fix me just yet. I have laughed when they look so clever and talk about being on the right track. That joke about leather apron gave me real fits. I am down on horrors, and I shan't quit ripping them till I get buckled. Grand work the last job was. I gave the lady no time to squeal. How can they catch me now? I love my work, and I want to start again. You will soon hear of me with my funny little games. I saved some of the proper red stuff in the ginger beer bottle over the last job to write with, but it went thick like glue, and I can't use it. Red ink is fit enough. The next job I do, I shall clip the lady's ears off and send to the police officers just for jolly, wouldn't you? Keep this letter back till I do a bit more work, then give it out straight. My knife's so nice and sharp, I want to get to work right away if I get a chance. Good luck. Yours truly, Jack the Ripper. Don't mind me giving the trade name. P.S. Wasn't good enough to post this before I got all the red ink off my hands. Curse it, no luck yet. They say I'm a doctor now. Ha ha. I think they think the guy at that paper is probably the person. Yeah, I think so too. I think it was Colonel Mustard also. And he writes with ketchup.
Me? Not up to discovering who Jack the Ripper is? Well, we'll soon find out, won't we, Inspector Aberline? I know who wrote the Dear Boss letter signed Jack the Ripper that Inspector Aberline gave me, and above all, I now know why. This Tom Bulling was inspired by this fantastical character to build a myth out of the Whitechapel killer. Perhaps he would be receptive if I shared my discovery about him and prevent him from accusing Squippy. I must find him at once. My best bet will be to try my luck at the pub.
Go back to the pub again. Go back to the pub again. Alright. Back to the pub. Which is here? No, here.
Ah, Holmes, I got your message, and here I am.
Wait, where are you? Oh, there you are.
And so, Holmes?
Perfect, Watson. That oaf Bluto is looking for us with evil intentions, and he may be hiding here. I will try to get more information inside. You, Watson, will be our lookout, and at the slightest suspicious sound, do not hesitate to call a constable on his rounds.
Hey, this guy's back.
Good evening, Mr. Bulling.
We know each other?
No, however, I have some information that may be of interest to you.
Talk, my friend. A pint for you if what you say is worth something. Does it have to do with the Whitechapel murders?
Indeed, I know the identity of the man who wrote a letter to the police, a letter entitled Dear Boss, in which the author claims to be the Whitechapel murderer and is signed Jack the Ripper.
What?
It's a journalist who was inspired by Spring-Heeled Jack in order to strengthen the credibility and the seriousness of his agency. This new Jack will give him some first-hand information that he, in turn, will dole out sparingly to the authorities, as well as some carefully distilled indiscretions that the big papers will come to beg of him. He plays both sides off against one another and becomes the chief orchestrator of the rumour. He wrote this letter in this very spot, and he has red ink on his fingers. Like you.
What exactly are you after, my friend?
You've been threatening a certain Squibby to distribute a telegram naming him as a possible suspect in these murders in revenge for an old feud. I would suggest you don't write this note and that you leave Squibby alone.
I'd forgotten about the existence of that rapscallion. I threw that at him when I was visiting the station to get the dope. You should have seen his face.
You must also stop sending these letters that waste the authorities' precious time.
Right, well, I don't even know what you're talking about. I have a great relationship with the Bobbies. Just ask around. I don't have to answer to nobody. Now leave me alone.
Farewell, sir.
Good riddance.
Hey, you wouldn't be the gas man that Bluto's looking for.
Don't know him.
What? Who are you talking about? That's not me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I guess that's it.
Let's hurry to the police station, Watson. We are close to our goal. Squibby will be able to reveal what he knows about Tumblety. Squibby, so that's it. You're a free man again. We were just coming to the station to find you.
Yeah, the Bobbies agreed to let me go, and I came to see Bluto before ferreting you out. So, you've seen the newspaper man?
Yes, he is in the pub and everything is taken care of, but I'm waiting to hear what you have to say about Dr. Tumblety.
Okay, but we have to be quick. One night, I goes to see Bluto in his hideout that ain't far from the boarding house where this Tumblety bloke has a room. I see him coming in too. He must have been on one real binge. To the point, the Tumblety fella was there, and he smiles at me, all nice like. He tells me he's a great Yankee doctor, but my business interests him. I'm interested, I tell him, but I'm not the type to just jump right in without getting to know a person, see? He invites me around to his room to talk business, just him and me. We empty a bottle or two, and all of a sudden, like, he wants to show me what he's got in this big trunk that he always carts around places. I just about vomited, see? In these jars, just like pickles, you know, there were pieces of meat. And he whispers that it's the lady bits of some old dames. He called them peckywins. I call them love killers, I would. Yuck! After that, he starts to go on about rich folk. They ain't nothing but dogs, and I won't tell you the worst of it. Then he comes all close to me and puts his sweaty hand on my leg. He was one of them types, not me. I don't wait a second before I give him a good thrashing, and I start running and let go of him, and he still wants to see me again just to talk business. But then I had to do time, so business.
Do you know where he can be found?
Why, ain't he in his digs? Maybe he got to liking life behind bars too. I heard that in some jobs there's a way to.
Thank you for your information, and we'll meet again, my friend. Here is the sum I promised to get you out of London.
Ciao, fella. I've just got a little score to settle with Bluto, and I'm heading for the country.
Sure, that's a good idea. What's happening?
Lipski!
My dear Watson, we must strike while the iron is hot. We have avoided meeting Dr. Tumblety until now. The time has come to do so.
Do you have an opinion, Holmes?
We must assure ourselves that the factor collector of female organs and a murderer who removes said organs are resident in the same area at the same time is nothing more than coincidence.
I have a feeling some bad stuff is about to go down.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
I thought that you wouldn't bring me back your keys. It's you, Mr. Holmes. Good evening, Dr. Watson.
Indeed, it is I again. One of your tenants left without returning his keys?
Yes, it's Dr. Tumblety whom we spoke about. Shortly after your last visit here, some constables came and asked me a few questions regarding him. Barely had they left than the doctor came barreling around a street corner and rushed up into his room upstairs. A little while afterwards, while I was tidying, I heard a thud in his room and a rush down the stairs. He left with most of his bags, but without returning his keys. You can go up and see if you wish. The door is still open.
The door is still open. Alright. Well, that's not the place, is it? Is this the place?
Careful, Watson. Do not walk around here until I've inspected these marks.
I know, Holmes, I know. I understand your methods. Ah, you have your rule and magnifying glass. I thought that you had forgotten them, Holmes.
I never forget the essentials, my dear Watson.
What does that mean? Oh, no. No. No.
Size 13. Right foot, light trails. The man was running. Right foot, light. This isn't water. Going by its sticky texture and odor, I'd say we're dealing with formalin. These are the footprints of a tall man who had recently stepped in formalin and who left this room in a hurry.
Well, can I walk on it and enter the room now, Holmes?
This window's broken. It doesn't work.
Going by its size, this enormous trunk must be a wardrobe. These brackets are rather unusual. What do you think, Watson?
Let's see, Holmes. These are the names of the battles from the American Civil War.
Okay, then.
Let's see. 5 latches, each fitted with a 6-number combination system.
Uh-huh.
I am under the impression that the dates written correspond to the battles, Holmes, but one is missing.
Okay, do I need to go to the library? I feel like I might need to go to the library and get a book. Or the bookstore, rather. You know?
I am under the impression that...
Or there may be a book here, I suppose. Dear Francis, it's time for us to meet again. I am feeling terrible as pursuing our relationship further would put both my marriage and my reputation in danger. I must return to that life of love, fleeting and physical, in which a few coins to these young ministers, corporeal peace and anonymity. These growing feelings that I have for you these growing feelings make me scared, and I would prefer to shun this passion for the fear that it may never leave me. Perhaps we shall cross paths again one day in a discreet location where like-minded men meet. I know that you frequent them regularly. You never hide yourself. For my part, I will spend more time with my wife and girls in order to find the serenity, and I hope to throw the veil of oblivion over our passionate embraces. All the best, Charles. Okay. And we got another letter, apparently. It is in putting aside our common past, and thus, as my friend, I am sending you these words. I have learned that some mutual friends of your recent trouble with the law. You should be more careful. England has nothing in common with the Wild West, but her seedy areas are just as dangerous. Your attraction to young rogues will cost you dearly. One of these days, whether it be at the end of an alley or on the benches of a jury, a man of your quality and fortune does not have to frequent the hovels to bring his pistol with him everywhere. It is not necessary to use violence to find partners, unless this violence pleases you. Certain circles that we used to frequent are still open to you. Take advantage of this healthy, respectable company rather than demeaning yourself with these destitute lads, and pray get rid of that god-awful chest. Who knows what the people to whom you show while bragging must think and speak of it. The man you once loved, Henry.
This Dr. Tumblety seems to be attracted to men more than women. That much is clear. So, the doctor has a handgun, and he would use it to restrain young men, perhaps. There are a few pieces of a large glass jar in this puddle. The man who left the footprints on the ground must have walked in it while fleeing.
Oh, it's another letter. Do not understand how you found yourself in this situation. Your passionate discussions on the discourse have convinced more than one. I still remember when you imitated him during the meeting. You struck that very charismatic pose and characteristic pose, and you exclaimed, "Vicksburg is the key. The war can never be brought to a close until the key is in our pocket." We all applauded. I am sure that even Lincoln himself would have applauded. During those dark hours, it is rare to have the occasion to laugh. So many deaths, ending with our much-loved president killed by this coward and left to join those of the victory of Gettysburg, who courageously fell so that the next day the key would be in our pocket.
If this letter is addressed to him, it would appear our doctor is a veteran of the American Civil War. Vicksburg is the key. Now, that is interesting.
What are we doing, Holmes?
I think we need to go to the bookstore. Get a book on the Civil War.
Going by its size, this enormous trunk must be a wardrobe.
Unless we have what we need.
These footprints are the same as those found in front of the door. These footsteps must be those of Squibby. He must have hit Tumblety, who dropped one of his jars.
And he ran out. Elementary, Holmes.
Perfect, Watson. I need more information.
Nope, apparently not. Apparently I can't go get a, a book. Vicksburg is the key. I don't have any. Okay.
Going by its size, this enormous...
I am under the impression that the...
Well, duh. Well. That's it. Gotta be something. We gotta have the data in our thing then.
Going by its size, this enormous trunk must be a wardrobe.
Alright. Oh, I can't open my thing while I'm here. I have to do it here. Let's see what I've got. Do I have anything with information on it? We've got just plants and spices and animals. That's all we got. I mean, like, there's some things with dates on them. I mean, I could look it up on the internet, probably. But I don't feel like that. London, 1888.
Going by its size, this...
But what would these be then? How do we solve this? I have no idea how to solve this. Keeps the things that we put in,
Going by
right?
its size, this enormous trunk must be a wardrobe.
Yeah. I can't leave, can I?
Nothing of interest here. I need more information.
I must have to solve this puzzle. But how the heck do we solve it?
There are a few pieces of a large glass jar in this puddle. The man who left the footprints on the ground must have walked in it while fleeing. Going by its size, this
Oh, it depends on what. No, never mind. Just swore that it like went down. Wait. Oh, wait. There's only 6 numbers. There's only 6 numbers, not 8. So that might be a clue. But what are all these other numbers for? And also, what are these for? What the hell are we supposed to do here? Maybe this is a really dumb puzzle. Maybe we just have to make them all unique here. Some of these puzzles have been really dumb, so... Maybe I'll write down what options we have on each line. So we got 5 lines. And this one we have green. Just writing down some obvious stuff about them. Blue stars. Mexico. I don't know what flag this is. And star. I think that's it. Nope. And I don't know what this is. Blue eagle. Well, that's 6. All right. How many do we have on this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 on this one too. 6 on that one. Yeah, I see that 186 is underlined here. I don't know what that means either. I don't know what any of this means. And somehow we're supposed to know based on what's in this room. But, yeah. Apparently. We got this, which has no dates, except Vicksburg is the key. The war can never be brought to a close until the key is in our pocket. That's what it says. Which is why I was trying to figure out Vicksburg. Vicksburg is the key. Nothing in here. And I don't think anything here either. Right, red, haha. I don't know why those are underlined. And haha again. Then we have this. I don't feel like any of this stuff is relevant, though. Yeah, the chest says...
Going by its size, it
says victory. It says victory here. And it says the morrow, the key. The morrow, the key. That's what it says. There's a flag here. And there are 6 dates right here. And one of those dates is not this date. There's also a missing rivet here, and a missing one here, and a missing one here, and a missing one here. So I have no idea what I'm supposed to do here. Like, absolutely none. And I can't leave, so I'm stuck here, which to me implies that everything I need is in this room or in my inventory. But I don't feel like I have anything. I have an idea. It's not a good idea, but it's an idea nonetheless. The idea is to basically go back one. This is almost like me setting your luggage to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If this is correct. Oh, it's supposed to be a 6. How am I making it go down? How am I making it go down? don't even know. Okay, I see. If you click on the bottom, it goes up. If you click on the top, it goes down. All right, I get it. See, that's basically... You suspect the problem is me being a dingus? Maybe. There's 5 different hats also. There's 5 different hats, 5 different flags, and 6 different numbers. And I have about as much of a clue as... Well, I don't have a clue.
Nothing of interest here. I need more information.
What do you think, Holmes?
Well, I think that I need more information, and I'm not getting it. That's what I think. Also, get out of my way. The answer to this is going to be either really stupid or we need something outside the room.
Nothing of interest here. Going by its size,
I am under the impression that the dates written correspond to the battles, Holmes, but one is missing.
The other possibility is to just set the numbers back. But I don't think that's right either.
I am under the impression...
Yeah, I get that. I get it. I get that too. Well, I am at a complete and total failure of thinking to think of what this could possibly be. So maybe we'll turn to the universal hint system for Sherlock Holmes and get an actual hint. Because there is hints on the universal hint system for this. We may not even be halfway through this game. Click on the track to get the puzzle screen. What? They say this information isn't found anywhere in the game. Okay. According to this information is not found anywhere in the game. Like, you can't go to the bookstore and find it or anything like that. Well, I'm gonna add moon logic to that. Because that's stupid. I also think we're supposed to put the starting part of it, and not the, maybe it's the 18 that's like, maybe the 18 is underlined. So we don't put the 18 in. Yeah, we can Wikipedia it, or look it up on the internet or whatever. That is jank. That is jank as heck. And also, I guess they expected us to know way more about the Civil War than what we do. This is apparently after the Civil War has ended, so this can't possibly be a date. And this can't possibly be a date, because obviously that the Civil War didn't happen in 1771. So there's one date that's missing as well. Alright.
This game is jank.
Let's look it up. Battle. Date. This is August 12th, 1861. So we'll go with 12. And then we need to figure out the flag. Here. Again, this is like trial and error. There's no, we can just go, we can pick a hat, do that. There you go. That's not so bad. Alright. Then we have the battle. We have ANTIETAM. Why not give us a book on this? Like, why not give us a book? Like, why? September 17th. Okay, that is a date on here as well. Uh, 62. Okay. Then we have Chance, so lore, Phil battle, date. This says April 30th through May 6th. So is that the date we're looking for? May 6th? Which would be 6, 5. Which we don't have on here. Well, it could be May 2nd. Because that's a May date. Let's try May 2nd. Yes. Nope, I guess that was right. Alright. Then we have Gettysburg. I could have been if I'm kind of glad they didn't let me out of the room in a way, because I would have been looking forever. This is July 1st, 1863, but this is July 3rd. So I think it might be July 3rd. '63. All right. And then we got the last one, which is Vicksburg, which we don't know. Vicksburg. Battle date. December 29th. 62. According to this. But it says the marrow is key, so maybe we need to put the day after. Or not. Okay. Okay. How jank is this? The answer is very. Apparently this says July 4th. Well, apparently Google failed me here. Google failed.
Elementary.
Nailed it. Wow, I like how You literally can't see.
This is dreadful, Holmes. This trunk contains 4 jars in which organs
I
are
can't
floating.
see it.
Watson, can you tell me at a glance what these organs are?
I would say that they are parts of female reproductive organs.
Are these specimens fresh?
No, and I am quite certain of it. From the colour and appearance, I'd say these organs have been in these jars for several months, if not years.
Let's go to Baker Street.
Okay.
Is there someone here?
Yes.
What's going on, Finley? You seem to be in a panic.
The 2 police officers wanted to know if someone suspicious had entered here. The Whitechapel killer has struck again, and if I understood correctly, he killed 2 women in the past few hours.
Where?
I don't know. The police didn't tell me anything.
Quick, Holmes. We must catch up with them.
Certainly not, Watson. Mr. Finley, do you know if the doctor had any other pieces of luggage up there apart from this trunk?
1 or 2, I think.
Do you take care of the doctor's laundry?
My wife does laundry for the tenants once a week. The sheets likewise.
Would you be kind enough to let us know as soon as possible if the doctor shows up again?
Certainly. I'm just worried that he won't be back, you see, and I'm annoyed about my keys.
Holmes, I don't follow. The Whitechapel killer is, at this very moment, very close by, and we are just staying put, twiddling our thumbs.
The Whitechapel killer has always been nearby, and what will we do? Go back to the scene of the crime or crimes and mix with the onlookers and trample the crime scenes even more? No, our time will come. Let's return to Baker Street.
Let's go back to Baker Street. Home, sweet home.
Is it?
We were less than 200 feet away from the first victim a few minutes before she was murdered. We might even have heard the murderer's voice, and we haven't done a thing for the past week.
You're the one not doing anything, Watson. For my part, I have been working, and as you know, I've made good use of this week by tracking down and verifying all of the solid facts on these 2 murders to write up the notes that are on my desk, read them over again and try to gain a bit of perspective.
Note on the murder. Okay. Whoa, this is long. Certain information that I've collected. Long Liz, 45 years old, height 5'5", occasional prostitute. She lived for the past 3 years in a storing relationship with certain Kidney. Kidney? Is that a nickname? 36 years ago, who she left a few days earlier. Charged him with assault, failed to appear in court, and the case was thrown out. The victim was discovered dead by one Louis Dimeschultz at 1 o'clock in the morning on September 30th. The man's first thought was to verify if his wife, the building next door, was still alive before sounding the alarm. The 2 doctors who came at the police request to the scene of the crime in the moments after the discovery of the corpse put the time of death around 12:46 a.m. Cause of death, hemorrhage due to throat injury. The weapon was a small knife with a large blunt edge. The verification of this statement is necessary. Could this wound have been caused by another tool? Neither the body nor the clothes were just damaged, soiled, or disturbed by the killer. The right hand was open, stained with blood, and resting on the chest. The left hand was on the ground, partially closed, holding a packet of pastils. The location of the discovery was a courtyard called Dutfield's Yard, whose doors led to the Burner Street of the Whitechapel. The victim was found stretched out on the ground a few inches from the wall of one of the buildings served by this courtyard, the International Working Men's Club. This association, composed mainly of Jews originally from Russia and Poland, were organizing a conference that night on the subject of why should Jews be socialists, presided by Dr. Morris Eagle. The meeting ended around 11:30 p.m., but many members remained to debate and sing within the premise of the association. An American present that evening declared to have been in the courtyard at 12:20 a.m. and went into the street and didn't see anything unusual. He then returned back inside the club, but his estimation of time spent outside is approximate at best. Two witnesses were quoted by the press: Constable Smith, who was doing his rounds in the area on the night in question, and a Hungarian by the name of Schwartz, who made his statement at the police station accompanied by an interpreter because he does not speak English. The transcription of these statements by the press should be treated with caution. It would be advisable, if at all possible, to consult the exact context. Observe the clothing worn by the victim as well as her possession at the time of discovery of the body. Clothing: long black cloth jacket, fur trimmed around the bottom with a red rose and white maidenhair fern pinned to it. Black skirt, black crepe bonnet, check neck scarf, knotted on left side, dark brown velveteen bodice, two light serge petticoats, one white chemist, white stockings, spring-sided boots, two handkerchiefs. One is noticed to have fruit stains on it. A thimble, a piece of wool wound around a card, pocket of her underskirt, a key, a small piece of lead pencil, 6 large and 1 small button, a comb, a broken piece of comb, a metal spoon, a hook, as from a dress, a piece of muslin, 1 or 2 pieces of paper. That's it. Oh, and another murder. This is Catherine. Catherine. And note. Okay, 46 years old, had a regular relationship for 7 years with a Jack Kelly, a man of no regular employment and about the same age as the victim. The victim was found dead. It's 1:44 a.m. on September 30th by P.C. Watkins, who was on his rounds. He secured the area by calling on the watchman of the warehouse located some feet from the crime scene. According to the doctor who arrived at the scene, at 2:18 a.m., the victim had just been dead half an hour. Unlikely, but we know from experience how hard it is to precisely establish the time of death when the corpse has been very mistreated. Cause of death: hemorrhage due to throat wound. The medical examiner also confirmed that additionally the extractions committed on the corpse were done post-mortem by a right-handed man possessing a long bladed knife. The victim was subject to numerous mutilations. The victim was found stretched out dark corner of Mitre Square, notorious meeting spot for prostitutes and their clients because of its remote, poorly lit location. It should be noted that the victim was freed from the Bishopgate Street Police drunk tank at 1 o'clock in the morning. Mitre Square was visited at 1:30 a.m. by P.C. Watkins coming from Mitre Street, and at 1:42 again by P.C. Harvey coming from Church Passage. The two police constables didn't see anything suspicious in the area, but it should be noted that P.C. Harvey didn't enter into Mitre Street, unlike P.C. Watkins. The watchman who came to lend a hand to Watkins at the time of the discovery of the body had been awoken during the time of the crime. His door is located a few feet from the spot where the victim was dying, and didn't hear anything until the police's call. Firstly, we must note that the clothing worn by Catherine was very characteristic. I think in particularly the patterned green skirt as well as a white men's vest. A few of her possessions, including the thimble, were found around the corpse. The white apron was found on the corpse with a part missing. Thus, this missing part, previously resewn, was thus ensuring authenticity. Was found at 2:55 a.m. on the night of the murder by P.C. Alfred Long, who stated that the object wasn't there when at his preceding patrol at 2:20 a.m. The piece of bloody apron was found in the entrance hall leading to the stairs of 108 through 119 Wentworth Model Dwellings at Golston Street. At the right of the entrance, just above the apron, was found the following inscription in chalk. I don't know what that says. Are not the men that will be blamed for nothing. The Jews. Oh, the Jews are not the men that will be blamed for nothing. Why is it spelled Juwes? The Wentworth Model Dwellings building being almost exclusively occupied by Israeli lights and Gulson Street being the site of the most popular, much frequented market, he decided to erase the inscription before the day broke. Kate's belongings, wearing at the time of the murder, black straw bonnet, trimmed in green and black velvet, black bead. Man, this is long. Black strings worn tied to the head, black cloth jacket trimmed around the collar and cuffs with imitation fur and around the pockets, dark green skirt, 3-flored button on the waist, skirt's patterned with Does it really matter? See if there's any. One piece of red gauze silk worn as a handkerchief, a large white pocket handkerchief, a large white cotton handkerchief with red and white birds, 2 unbleached calico pockets, tape strings, 1 blue striped bed ticking pocket, brown ribbed knee stockings darned with white cotton, 2 small blue bags, 2 short black clay pipes, a tin box containing tea, a tin box containing sugar, a tin matchbox, empty 12 pieces of white rag, 1 piece coarse linen, white, 1 piece blue and white. Okay, I'm not gonna read this.
I have read and reread them, but give me something to do then. A task where I can get stuck in, because...
Find me a slaughterhouse that will give us exclusive use of its block for an hour, and find me, in your opinion, which common animal shares the most characteristics with humans from a physiological point of view.
Pig?
I don't even know why I asked that question. Pray, find a dozen fresh pig's heads, Watson. Not big heads, I prefer small ones.
Sows?
That's it, Watson. As soon as you have done that, let me know. I request that you search in Whitechapel. Who knows, perhaps you will learn something about where Dr. Tumblety may be hiding. There is also no shortage of slaughterhouses and pig's heads in those parts.